Parasites and Butterflies finds Nova Twins doubling down on what they do best. Hypercharged, genre mashing rock that refuses to sit down. The duo pull from pop, punk, metal, grime, hip hop. They weld it all together into something that feels completely their own. Across the album, there is a strong sense of evolution from their earlier work. The hooks are sharper, the production is bigger, the songwriting feels more deliberate without losing the chaotic, rebellious streak that defines them. Lyrically, they stay locked in on themes of identity, defiance, and self worth, and the refusal to shrink themselves to fit expectations for the landscape of what rock music is supposed to be. It's a lot of rock. It's predominantly going to be rock, right? And heavy, like rock sounds, right? Whether musically, culturally, or personal, they're not shying away. The production is loud, it's dense, deliberately abrasive in all the right ways. Their signature heavy fuzz bass tone still drives everything. This is probably my new favorite bass player. I'm new. I ain't gonna front. I'm new to Nova Twins. Freaking Georgia South. Georgia South is her name. It's the bass player there. And they are. I'm looking here. They were shortlisted on the 2022 Mercury Prize and led the band, receiving two nominations at the Brit Awards. They're British, by the way. Um, it's something about black people speaking with that accent that just makes them sound a little bit more just like interesting. I don't know what it is about it. You got, Idris Alba. Yeah, Idris and some of these guys, even the dude from Atlanta, he's actually British. British. You like look it up. Paperboy. Am I right? Paperboy. Is Paperboy British? Right? You know what? I'm not going to check that. Y'all check me in the comments. Let me know if I'm spot on it. I'm pretty sure I remember him being like British. Um, their most recent album, uh, this one here, Parasite and Butterflies, released on August 29th. And I saw an interview where they were talking about, a lot about the music making process. They're talking about um, the oddity of them being part of this rock scene, right? And how they are leaning into it and trying to make a space and carve a space of their own. Um, but man, I don't see a lot of people doing what they're doing, especially when it comes to the mixture of genres that they're putting together here. And what Georgia is doing on that bass is freaking biblical. The drums are hard hitting, often with a blend of live drums and sometimes mixed with some synthetic stuff, almost industrial textures sometimes added to that. The grooves swing between punk, speed, assaults, and hip hop influenced head nod rhythms. Vocals cut clearly through the walls of sound, whether they are shouting, rapping, or if it's one of their singing parts. There's a lot of dynamic contrast here. Verses can feel tighter and more rhythmic, while choruses open up into these big, cathartic shouts that requires you to sing along. They require you to scream along. A lot of their stuff is built for it. Man, you should have seen them at um the Tiny Desk, bruh. Shout out to everybody else who's done Tiny Desk, and they could bring out full bands, and you got freaking three guitars, you got the drummer, you got the guy on the keys and everything. And like, it's three people on this joint. You got three people on this joint. You got Georgia and you got Amy, um, and the drummer. I don't even remember the dude's name. But drums ain't really that big of a deal when it comes to Nova Twins. It's all about that bass guitar. They got like 1,000 pedals under them, just like switching between sounds on the pedals. Right? That get she making that guitar do things that like that you supposed to do on like AI. You're supposed to use AI to really come. And she's making some stuff. She's got this like extra thing on her finger. She's like, wop, 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 wop. She's making it sing. Just like, I don't even know what it's freaking. It's witchcraft. God damn it, is what it is. Amazing stuff. That hummingbird. They sing hummingbird, which is my favorite track on the project. Hummingbird was my favorite track on the project. And then they did the tiny desk, which is even better. And and I'm not even a live recording fan like that. I like live music. I like going to a show. I like going to if I'm at a bar or something and a live band is playing, I like that. But man, that the way that the rendition of Hummingbird at the NPR Tiny Desk. I'm gonna put a show in the link. I'm gonna put the show in the notes. Go look at that. You know what? Although the whole thing is worth listening to, is great. But skip to I think it's probably like somewhere towards the middle end of the performance. But Hummingbird, it just this is the type of stuff that like opens up and awakes something inside of you. And then you see them actually doing the work to make it happen. Like they're hitting all those pedals. She's got the thing on her finger doing the like whatever the womp, 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 womp thing that's going on with the bass guitar there. Just freaking magic stuff. So look up NPR Tiny Desk, Nova Twins, skip to Hummingbird, and then go back and start it from the top. Amy Love is a unique talent in and of herself. So I talked about the bass players, but Amy Love, these vocals, she with all the stuff that they got going on musically, music with the musicality of it, her vocals are unique. They're loud, they're strong, they're like she's got a range, right? These freaking Mariah Carey type high notes all the way to freaking some Chester Bennington Linkin Park like freaking level growls and roars and just like burns the freaking mic and looking good. That melanin is popping too and looking good and gorgeous all while she does it. Both of them. Like it's a sight to behold. It's like for that type of passion and that type of nova. It's like a nova erupting. It's like a freaking a dwarf star that's just like colliding and freaking collapsing and just exploding on these songs. Keep the pressure on. They're saying in one of these tracks, what is this? Keep the pressure on. Freaking hurricane. They come through like a hurricane, and the perfect song for them to be for perfect title for them to be called the Nova Twins. Man, it's some beautiful stuff. Again, if they're rapping, if they're singing, whatever it is there's a lot of dynamic contrast. The verses can feel tighter and more rhythmic at times, while choruses open up into these big cathartic shouts. The mix is intentionally intense but surprisingly controlled. You can still pick apart the details of the vocals, even under all that distortion. Overall, the album sounds like a carefully organized riot. Glory is the opening track on this thing, and from jump, you should know that this thing blasts the doors open, going, "Catch a serpent in disguise. It walks and talks just like you and I. Only angels learn how to fly until they dive. Catch a chill down your spine. It's getting late. It's cold outside. Only angels learn how to fly until they dive. Glory, hallelujah. Save you from yourself." Bruh. They're like, yo, I love me an opening track. I love me a dope opening track. And they just like kick the doors open with that joint. Again, Hummingbird, my favorite track on this thing. This thing is emotional. It's a gut punch. It comes as towards the later half of the album. It's a lot of aggression. This track is vulnerable and is closer to the surface, is gentler, is more introspective. but it showcases the band's ability to slow things down at the same time by adding some dubstep into it. There's like the wah, 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 this dubstep that happens into it, so it's still like it's slowed down a little bit, but don't let your guard down because it freaking hits like that, especially that on that bridge. That bridge just freaking just like explodes like in a freaking explosion. I would love to see this thing performed live. It was great on the tiny desk. Definitely recommend you checking it out. Taken all together, these tracks show the range inside their sound, not just anger and volume, but also showing humor, also showing nuance and a sharp self awareness. Parasite and Butterflies reinforces Nova Twins as one of the most exciting bands, reshaping what heavy music can sound like. The album is explicitly framed embracing vulnerability as much as aggression. But aggression aggression happens without losing musicality. That's the beauty of what they're able to curate on this project. If you are drawn to heavy music that feels fresh, feels inclusive, and forward thinking, the record delivers a powerful, high energy listen that rewards both moshing and close attention. Throw your lighters in the air, but then also bang heads. That's what's up with Parasite and Butterflies.